Hello there and welcome to Sangha Studios. You find me today in my secret underground bunker. Today I want to talk about a piece of software I've been working on for about 5 years. It all started really because I used to own a pair of reel-to-reel machines, one 8-track and one 4-track Tascam machines. And whilst I missed the size and the smell and the kind of physicality of them all, as well as the sound, of course, they sounded fantastic. I missed all of that, but as much as that, if not more, I missed the workflow. It's when you're recording on a standard digital audio workstation, I use Arda on Linux, there's a tendency I find to get sort of obsessed with the waveforms and start clicking and shrinking them down and tidying them up and clipping and that kind of thing. And you find that where you should be pressing record and then playing, what you're doing is hunching over the screen and kind of fiddling around with things and pointing and clicking. And I wanted to get away from that. So I thought I would try and make a virtual reel-to-reel recorder. Anyway, let me open it up and show you what's going on. So let's load up the multi-track recorder. Now, here's the welcome screen, as you can see. Let's open a new file, and I'm going to call it Watermelon, like this. And it is set at the moment to generate an 8-track tape. So when this loads up, I'll just pull it onto the screen. I'm going to start by, it's got a built-in click here, quite a rudimentary one, just a metronome to keep things synced up. Let's start that off and see what the tempo is there. So that's going at 120. I hope you can hear that. I'm going to change that actually. I want to make it a little faster. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, and rewind the tape there. You can see the tape counter, which I've done in magenta. Now, if I arm this track to record, you should... Ooh, look, you can see my voice pop, pop, affecting the VU meter. Well, it's not a VU meter, it's a meter at the top left of the screen. And I'm going to start by recording some banjolele on here, which is one of my favourite instruments. So I'll come back a bit and I should be able to just stick that down there. Not going to worry too much about mic placement or anything. So that's clipping slightly on my sound card. I'll just turn the volume down a little bit there. I think that looks good. So I'm just going to record a track of this and see if that works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think that one was fine. So let's commit that. And what this does now is it's attaching that audio I've just recorded. It's kind of splicing it into the 8-track tape. It's done that already. So now if we listen to that, we should hear it back again. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. Turn the click off. Okay, you get the idea. Now you get the fun part. This is rewinding. So, thank you, Banjolele. Put that down. I think now I'm going to try recording some vocals on the top of here. So this is a song called The Watermelon Song. It was written in 1924, but popularized again in 1966 by the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. So again, I'm just going to use the same microphone. Let's see what it looks like on track 2. La 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 la. I think that will do. Maybe I'll just turn it up a little bit. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I brought my girl an apple, she let me hold her hand. I brought my girl an orange, we kissed beneath the band. I brought my girl bananas, she let me squeeze her tight. I'm going to bring a watermelon to my girl tonight. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's commit it. And there we go. So that should be spliced into the tape now. And if I've got all my latency settings correct, my voice should be... Let's turn the click off again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I brought my girl an apple, she let me hold her hand. I brought my girl an orange, we kissed beneath the band. I brought my girl bananas, she let me squeeze her tight. I'm going to bring a watermelon to my girl tonight. Okay, it works. Now, the next thing we can try, just to show you what's going on these channels a little bit, I need to turn the rewind volume down a little bit. That's another mission. This pink knob at the top of the channel, you can see, is it's a one-touch compressor, which is very rudimentary, and actually I'm going to turn it into a two-knob compressor, so it has a threshold and a ratio. But let's just use it as it is at the moment. This kind of does threshold and ratio at the same time. So if I do the... Oh, let's label the tracks. We haven't labeled the tracks. Banjo... I'm going to put banjolele on 2 lines because otherwise it breaks the word in a silly way. Banjolele and vox. There we go. Now, let's just try the compression. I brought my girl an apple, she let me hold her hand. I brought my girl an orange, we kissed beneath the band. I brought my girl bananas, she let me squeeze her tight. I'm going to bring a watermelon to my girl tonight. Okay, that sounds all right. And the other thing we can do without using the sends, I've just yesterday stuck a reverb into the machine. So if I turn a bit of reverb up here. Hold her hand. I brought my girl an orange, we kissed beneath the band. I brought my girl bananas, she let me squeeze her tight. I'm going to bring a watermelon to my girl tonight. Yeah, I'm going to record a track of Bomb because I like doing bombs. So excuse me a moment. Bom, 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 bom. I brought my girl an apple, she let me hold her hand. I brought my girl an orange. That's fine. Now, I think it needs some percussion, so just let me get my percussion box. Just a second. Okay, I've got lots of fun things in here. But what I really want is some kind of shaker. I brought my girl an apple, she let me hold her hand. Now, I think we can't have a banjolele without a kazoo, so let me get a kazoo. Okay, I think that is sufficiently daft. I want to show you another feature of this, which is the tape speed. Now, let's say I wanted to record some higher harmonies, but I have quite a deep voice, so I could adjust the speed so it's lower, record the harmonies higher, and then speed it back up again. So if we go like this and play it, I'll show you what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I brought my girl an apple, she let me hold her hand. I brought my girl an orange, we kissed beneath the band.
So something like that will sound utterly ridiculous. So let's try it. Okay, something to do with videoing this and changing the tape speed was just a little bit too much for my processor, so I was getting lots of glitches. So I stopped the video for a while I was recording that last part. I've just finished recording it. Let's listen back. You can see the tape speed set to minus 3.6 down there. That's semitones. So you can adjust this easily, but because it's important to have it in the 0 position, if you double click it, it goes back to tape speed normal. Now let's hear how those backing vocals sound. I recorded them at that low speed, and now we're going to speed it up and listen to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I brought my girl an apple, she let me hold her hand. I brought my girl an orange, we kissed beneath the band. I brought my girl bananas, she let me squeeze her tight. I'm going to bring a watermelon to my girl tonight. I think that sounds great. I'm going to record another track even higher. Okay, so I've just recorded a second track of backing vocals, and you can hear what I've done at the speed I did it, which is minus 6. That's 6 semitones flat, which is very flat actually. Here we go. Now I can actually... haven't shown you these yet. These are mute and solo buttons. So I can solo this. Oh, bananas, she let me squeeze her tight. I'm going to bring a watermelon to my girl tonight. So that's the speed I recorded it at. But when you speed it back up to normal speed, it sounds like this. Oh. Here we go.
And I brought my girl an orange, we kissed beneath the band. I brought my girl bananas, she let me squeeze her tight. I'm going to bring a watermelon to my girl tonight.
I mean, that's fun, isn't it?
She let me hold her hand. I brought my girl an orange, we kissed beneath the band. I brought my girl bananas.
One more thing which we're not going to be able to use is there is a link feature. Now, link means that you can link two mono tracks together, and it effectively becomes a stereo track. But I'm only recording in mono today, so we're not using that particularly. I'm going to load one more piece of software. I hope it doesn't glitch. You can see this small, weird, long, thin black window here. This is the Calf Jack plugins host. Now, this is a set of audio plugins that are free on Linux. So let's say, for example, I want a digital delay on there. And you can see there's a digital delay. I don't want any dry input. I just want the wet. And I'm just going to assume that's okay. You have more settings. You can load this up and you get the full user interface with everything. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. But let's say I want to send one of these sends through to the delay. All I have to do is click on there, and down here, oh, there's my vintage delay. So I'll send this one to the left and right channels of the vintage delay. And then here I can take the left channel back into that one and the right channel back into that one. And I have a bus here, which I will label delay. And in fact, I should label this one delay as well, because it's good practice, isn't it? So this is the output to the delay, and the input should come back in here. Now, let's see. Oh, we're at the end of the track, aren't we? Let's go back to the beginning again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I brought my girl an apple, she let me. So let's take the reverb off this. This one here. If I solo it, and I solo the delay as well, if I turn this up. Ah, there we go, see? It's all going delay crazy. Yeah, unfortunately, getting the outboard effects running at the same time as recording it on the screen was not working. So you'll just have to trust me that the delay was going out of there into the delay unit and back into these returns here. But it won't play nicely once when it's recording the screen, unfortunately. This is a little MIDI controller which I picked up secondhand recently, and what this means is that I can quite easily, if I adjust this slider and you look at the other side of the screen, you can see it's going up and down, which is great. That's the only one I've got linked in at the moment, but all you have to do is, you can see my mouse pointer, right click, so I'm right at the left hand pan here, right click on the controller and wiggle a knob, and it assigns that controller to that knob. So it's quite easy and quick to set up a system on here and to change the knobs around. Hey, I forgot to tell you something. Look, next to the tape speed, there's all these other controls. We have wow and flutter. Now this was just for fun, really. I wonder if this will glitch the system as well. Let's see, if I turn that up to the middle, we'll get some wow, which is low frequency oscillation. I brought my gal red ribbons, she hung them in her hair. So you can kind of hear it's going like that. And then there's flutter, which is high speed oscillation. So if I turn that one up as well. Brought my girl sequins, she stuck them here and there. I brought my girl to China. It's probably the kind of effect that's best used in moderation, I think. But if I just turn it all down quite a lot, so it's very subtle, you know, you might just convince somebody that it was recorded on a real tape. You never know. Here we go. She hung it from her shelf. Tonight I'm going to bring a rope and she can hang herself. So everybody, thank you so much for listening and watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment and all of that kind of stuff. So I'll play the tune one more time and see you again. Bye. 1, 2, 3, 4. I brought my girl an apple, she let me hold her hand. I brought my girl an orange, we kissed beneath the band. I brought my girl bananas, she let me squeeze her tight. I'm going to bring a watermelon to my girl tonight. I brought my girl red ribbons, she hung them in her hair. I brought my girl sequins, she stuck them here and there. I brought my girl to China, she hung it from her shelf. Tonight I'm going to bring a rope and she can hang herself.